Good morning, Alex. I know it's 6 a.m. for you, so thank you for joining me so early on in the morning.
Of course, Ruckus. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I just got done with a negative 12-degree run, little hardening of the body and the spirit, and got a nice little cigar here and ready to have a nice chat with you.
Awesome. Okay, so the reason I invited you on is because I saw quite a few wins from you in the main campus, the copywriting campus. Could you explain what they were about?
Yeah, I've been in the campus now and just going through the copywriting course mainly. I've been doing the copywriting course for about 14, 16 days and ended up just getting a really early win, I guess. I signed a client for 3K, 2K reoccurring revenue. And just, we got on the call. It was really smooth. They had no objections to pricing. And it was just really awesome to have that sort of win, that mental mindset win, because once I got that first win, then it's just, I couldn't sleep for like 22 hours after that. I just like, wow, this is possible. I have a video of myself. Like, I've broken the matrix. I've made it. Like, I don't care what happens to me now. It's all up from here.
Mhm. And to clarify, did you have zero experience going into the copywriting campus?
I didn't have any experience marketing myself as a copywriter. I had experience in sales beforehand. I've always done sales in one way or another, so that kind of came naturally to me, but making my own money, no.
Yeah. And what made you choose copywriting in this case?
Just dead broke. When I made this 3K, my bank account was negative $1,600. I tried to go the crypto route. I tried to go the stock route, and I just didn't have any money to spend with it. And so I decided to make money out of thin air. I got this client without a domain, without any formal business, just straight from my personal email on Google Meets. Yes, I can do this for you.
Okay, fair. Very nice. What does your average day look like now compared to before you joined the real world?
So being in the real world, every part of my life has changed. Before, there was no motivation, no dedication. Now, as soon as I wake up, I'm working. I wake up, I study my Bible, I upload a video of what I've learned from the Bible, and then I make a list of everything I'm going to do that day, and it's directly to hunting down prospects, sourcing new prospects, learning new ways to do outreach, improving myself, working out. I run 6 miles every day. I do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and pull-ups and stuff like that. So my day is now a combination of improving my physical, mental, and spiritual strength every day. And every day I compete with who I was yesterday. So there's really a world of difference. I have goals, I have aspirations. I have progressed more in the last 30 days than I have in the last 2 years of my life.
Well, and what would you have to say to people who would call that obsessive, working so much?
Stop being a bitch. Stop being broke.
Okay. Could you go a bit more in depth on what your life was like before you joined?
Fuck, man. My life before, I was living with this girl here in this apartment, and she had me under the whole guise of toxic masculinity. I had to, do everything she said, and I had to be with her all the time. I had to like pretty much bow down to her. And just even just going to work, like in my sales job, it was just me going on YouTube in between sales. There's no motivation, there was no dedication, and it just felt like there has to be more to life than this. And I was stuck in that mind fuck of what society keeps you in, that like you're not allowed to be a man. You're too toxic. You have to. It was just a bunch of bullshit. And what happened was I had broken up with this girl and said I had enough. The cops had to remove her out of my house because she decided to be suicidal about it. And I had came across Tate on some videos, and I had heard what he said about embracing the traditional masculinity. And I was like, this guy makes fucking sense. I heard what he said about, he saw that Ferrari driving by, he was 18 years old, he asked his friends, how does that man fucking afford a Ferrari? And I thought to myself too, I'm working a 65K a year job. I don't have a Ferrari. I won't have a Ferrari for years, no matter what. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And so I heard that, and I made a Google Drive document on how to get a Ferrari. And I started Googling all the ways that people have a Ferrari. I made a whole fucking list. And it turns out there's a lot of fucking ways to get a Ferrari, but most Ferrari owners have several businesses. And I was like, fuck, okay. And then it turned out, I was like, wait, like Tate has a fucking academy. And Tate says, hey, like I'm a millionaire. I'll teach you how to be a millionaire. Don't be a fucking idiot. Don't make excuses. It's $50 fucking a month. I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. $50 a month. And ever since then, everything's fucking changed. Being around strong men who know what the fuck they want and are unashamed about it and know what the fuck they're talking about and know how to make money, and then seeing other men make money too, just lights a fire under your ass.
Mm-hmm. So again, can you go more in depth into that community aspect? Is there any more you'd have to say on how the community has impacted you?
Since joining the real world, I've never made an excuse again. And I've looked at people who make excuses as little bitches. Because the only difference between becoming rich and staying poor is your excuses. Every day I've been working out. It doesn't matter if it's cold, it doesn't matter if I'm tired, it doesn't matter if it feels like I just fractured my ankle. I'm still going to go run, still going to go do my push-ups, my sit-ups, whatever I have to do. Because if I want to be rich, if I want to get out of this fucking apartment, if I want to drive a Bugatti, I need to make that money. I don't want to live in a cold place. I want to be in the Bahamas. I want to be in Dubai. I want to have several houses. I want to have several women. And so joining the real world lit that fire under my ass that like, hey, this is possible. All you fucking need to do is work and apply it and not make excuses. And so that's been the difference, is joining the real world made it so that there was not any reason to make excuses. If I wanted to learn how to make money, I could join the copywriting campus. Once I got enough money, I can join the crypto campus and the e-commerce campus and all these different campuses where it's, you literally have no excuse. You have an internet connection, you can learn how to make money. And so for me, it's been literally the best thing in my life so far, because all the school I did, my dad was never around, my family was shit, all my friends were shit. Joining the real world was the only place where I had that positive affirmation, that positive, hey, you're a fucking loser and you need to stop making excuses and you need to get this money, and if you don't, you're a little bitch. It's just, that's the pure plain fact, and that's something that's been lost in society. It's been lost in society, is this lack of masculinity, this lack of, hey, I'm gonna smoke a fucking cigar, hey, I'm gonna go fucking run, hey, I'm gonna obsess about this money, and if you don't want to make the money, if you don't want to work, that's cool, go flip burgers. That's the difference.
And on that note, what kind of an effect did the Wins channel have on you?
The Wins channel pissed me off. It pissed me the fuck off. I was working, I was hustling, I was grinding, and every morning I would go in there and be like, oh, fuck, this guy just signed a doctor for 10K and it's his first client. Fuck me. And I'd want to add him and message him and be like, how'd you do it? But you can't add people until you've reached a certain rank. And so I would see that shit and I would get back to grinding. I have checklists on checklists of things I need to do every day. I cross them off. I don't go to sleep until everything's off. I've been up since yesterday and I'm still up. I've been up all night working, grinding. Like, I don't care anymore. That's it. There's no one around me in my circle, in my gym, anyone I know who wants to work as hard as I want to work. I'm trying to find them, but hey, I'll make enough money and they'll come my way.
And how different would you say the material is in the real world compared to what you can find out on the internet?
The information in the real world you can't find anywhere else. I've been through so many programs. I've been through so many university courses. The information in the real world is taught by people who you couldn't pay to teach you those things. Usually, the people who are teaching programs are teaching programs because it's the best way they know how to make money. But the people in the real world, it's really obvious that Andrew Tate handpicked them. The people in the real world would never, outside of this course, make a program teaching these things. They're really good at these things. They have secrets. They break things down in a way that no one I have seen outside of the real world break it down. It's really beyond, you really get beyond your value. It's laughable. When I tell people to join the real world and they start telling, oh, why should I join it? I'm like, just fucking join it. Like, it's $50. Trust me, like, believe me. And it pisses me off, and it just makes me want to go make more money. So they're like, how'd you do it? I fucking told you.
Why do you think they only charge $50 for all the value they give?
Because they don't want you to be a broke bitch. They don't want you to make excuses. So many people make excuses. They could charge $10,000 a month and I would still join. I'd still say it's worth it. They made it $50 a month because they want people to break free of the matrix. And it makes me dumbfounded that only 200,000 people have joined it. And I guess it's because they demonize Andrew Tate and it's just, oh, this is Andrew Tate's thing, how he manipulates people or whatever. Andrew Tate doesn't even teach all the courses. He teaches maybe some mindset stuff. He puts people in charge. You know how to make millions to teach the things to make you millions. It's a millionaire teaching you how to be a millionaire, and it's for $50. And there's other people out here on Instagram and YouTube. They're charging $35,000 for a fragment of what you're learning here.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to go back a bit because I remembered a win you posted during, I think, maybe first few days that you joined the real world of you getting money shoveling snow. Could you explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, that was I have a broken snow shovel and my bank account was negative. My bank account was negative $200-300. I don't have any friends. I don't have any family where I live. And I needed to fucking eat. I needed some meat in my body and I needed to pay for the real world. So it snowed that night, thank God. I walked down the street with my snow shovel on my back, knocked at every fucking house. A lot of people laughed at me. They're like, no one even does this anymore. Like, no one goes door to door asking to shovel snow. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I got to the 13th and the 14th house, and finally someone said yes. They said their snowblower broke. Their husband's gonna come home late, and I was just like, yeah, like don't make them do it. I got you. And so I took about 2 hours, did that, got $50, and was just like, fuck yeah, that's like a week's worth of meat. Let's fucking go. And I walked down another like 6 doors, and there was this like mom nursing a baby. And she was just like, yeah, sure. And it was a long ass driveway. And I was just, it felt so good. And it's one of those things where Tate talks about this, how he says, remember those times that you were really broke, because those will be the times that you look back on and you're like, haha, like, now I'm sitting here, smoking a cigar. I got money in the bank. I got money coming, money waiting. It's just amazing, the contrast. I remember thinking last night, this will be the last time in my life my bank account was ever negative.
A few things to say that. One, you say rich and it's just been 2 weeks. But again, in those 2 weeks, if you put in the work, there's so much you can do if you're actually spending every day working. So to other people, it just may seem, oh, 2 weeks, that's such a short amount of time. But when you're working for 14 days straight, again, it's your proof of what you can accomplish in that time.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to Andrew Tate, he talks about when he, learned about that guy who had that Ferrari, how he couldn't fucking sleep. And that really struck a chord with me. It fucked up my schedule. It still fucked up my schedule. I haven't slept normally or had a normal schedule since joining the real world. People are like, oh, wake up at 6 a.m. I'm still up at 6 a.m. I can't sleep. I got shit to do. Like, I'm working 20-hour days, 22-hour days. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I sleep 2 hours, go for a 5-mile run. Like, maybe I'll catch up on sleep the next night. But I think it's maybe, what it is I've lived my life for 26 years, 27 years being a slave, not knowing this information, not knowing these mindsets. And once I figured it out, I said, okay, well, there's no fucking reason for me not to succeed. I'm going to bring this into myself, and I want it now. I want the nice girls. I want the nice house. I want the nice car. I want the nice location. I want to be a part of a bigger program. I want to be a part of a bigger brotherhood. I want to make my own family. I want to have high quality friends. And I'm not going to do that if I sit on my ass. So I can't be on social media. I can't watch Netflix. I can't go do normal things. A girl calls me up and I'm like, sorry, I've got to go. They're like, what do you got to go? It's 2 a.m. I'm like, I got to go to work. What do you mean? I can't talk to you. You're not bringing in me money. Like, are you gonna come here? No? Okay.
Okay. And then another point as well is you're a testament to there's so many ways of making money out there. So for people complaining about $50 being too much, you're proof of, you can shovel snow. There's obviously other things you can do as well. It's just a matter of if you're actually that committed to putting in that work.
Yeah. If I couldn't shovel snow, I would go door to door and be like, hey, I need money. I need to eat. Is there anything I can do for you? Do you need me to organize your house? Do you need me to wipe your ass? Whatever. Like, I'll do anything. Like, give me money. Like, there's so many ways you can make money. And it's just excuses. You can go to any fucking warehouse across America or a warehouse across the world. And if you can walk around and lift a box and put a box in a certain direction, they'll pretty much hire you on the spot. Get paid, $12 to $18 an hour. I don't know where you're from, but there's warehouses all over the world. They're just looking for people to hire. They'll hire you on the same spot. They'll pay you within a week. You can't afford $50 now. Fucking eat meat for a week. Save your money. Don't spend on anything else. Cancel all your subscriptions and put in the money.
Right. Now, moving on to what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when first starting out in the real world?
Nothing. Ever since joining the real world, nothing has been a challenge. I fear nothing. Nothing is a challenge. I don't know if that makes sense, but I can't think of anything that I've genuinely struggled with. Everything that I'm going through isn't even seen as a challenge. It's just opportunity. Maybe, okay, reaching out to people is hard, but it's not harder than running 6 miles. When you put yourself through physical torture, working out or whatever, and you're the hardest person working out in your city, then when you sit down in a fucking chair and try to learn some shit and reach out to people, it's nothing. It's not a challenge. I've been through many difficult things in my life. My childhood, growing up. This is a breeze. Having all the information in front of you, having a detailed plan of what you need to do, it's easy.
Mm-hmm. We could go with sleeping has been your biggest challenge.
Yeah. Being on a normal sleep schedule and having people call me normal has been a challenge.
Right.
What's been a challenge is I'll tell you what's been a challenge is talking to other people and not looking at them like they're a fucking idiot. Going to church and just, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Once I joined the real world, the biggest challenge for me was stepping out of the real world in the community and looking out at everyone else, looking at the person behind the cash register and being like, why are you working behind a cash register? Like, why How long have you been working behind a cash register? Like, do you know there's ways to make money online? Like, do you know there's things you can do to make more money? Like that's been the biggest mind fuck for me is now everyone else who works a normal job just feels like an absolute idiot to me, and I have to have like some kind of compassion for them and like treat them normally and treat them with respect because I'm not a mean guy. I'm a nice guy, but yeah, it's been hard.
Fair enough. And what have been the three biggest lessons you've learned from your time in the real world?
Three biggest lessons. Strong body, strong mind. That's been the biggest lesson. The second lesson is that there is money everywhere. All you have to do is prove that you can be valuable to someone and take it. You just have to stand in the way of money. You have to be able to communicate that you can help someone make more money. And the third lesson would be that excuses are for bitches. When I say bitches, I'm not being gender specific. Bitch, by bitch, I mean fucking lazy and quitter. And you want to stay poor. You want to make different life choices. You don't want to wake up. You don't want to do the hard work. So that's it for me. Three biggest lessons: strong body, strong mind, no excuses, and prove value to make money.
And now that you're on this trajectory after having joined the real world, where do you see your life heading in 6 months to 1 year?
In 6 months, I'm going to be making 84K a month, at least. I'm going to have a nice brand new Mustang. I'm going to take a trip to California to visit some of my old friends. I'm in New York right now. And then I'm going to move to Dubai and surround myself with a brotherhood of rich, wealthy individuals who all want to conquer the world.
And move to Dubai is in 6 months as well? Just to clarify. Go. So when we call again in 6 months, I'm going to keep you accountable to that.
Let's do it.
All right.
You come to Dubai too?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Let
cool.
me either. What effect would you say Tate has had on you since you've discovered him?
I'd like to say what effect Tate has not had on me since discovering him. Tate has influenced every part of my mind, body, and spirit. I have first and foremost reestablished a relationship with God, putting him first in my life. And secondly, I have taken control of my physical health and my mental health. Everything I do now, I hold under strict conditions. Everything I do is as a professional. I don't let myself sleep in. I don't let myself do things that don't help me, that don't add value to my life. I now model my life after Tate, that I am only going to do things that bring value to my life, and that if I don't like something, I'm going to change it, that I'm not going to make excuses, that I'm going to be strong, I'm going to be a good man, I'm going to be financially responsible, I'm going to be emotionally responsible, I'm going to be physically responsible. That now my only priority in life is to make sure I'm making the best life for myself and I am becoming the man that I want to be, because no one fucking gives a shit about anything I'm going through. It doesn't matter. Who the fuck cares that a man in an apartment in upstate New York is going through some mental health problems? No one's going to save me. No one's going to care about me. I have to make myself be someone that's cared about. I don't care about wearing nice clothes. I don't care about my hair. I've shaved my head every fucking day because I don't care. I don't want to be the man that walks into the room and they say, wow, look at his blue shirt. He's wearing Gucci. I want to be the man that walks into the room and be like, look at that fucking savage. I heard he runs 6 miles every day and he makes hella fucking money online and he's just a fucking beast. I want to be like him. not anything else. The man that's underneath the clothes. That's the biggest effect that Tate has had on me. It's been a complete paradigm shift of the way that I've always been living, with a victim mindset and with a excuse for everything wrong that's ever happened to me, with a God did this to me, with a why did God do this to me. Now it's everything that's ever happened to me in life has been for me. And I need to use all the fucking trauma, all the fucking relationship baggage as fuel. Good. That bitch left you, that bitch dumped you, that bitch cheated on you, this person did this to you. Good. Use that fuel. And I'm blessed that I found Tate, because I've had a lot of fucking fuel that was channeled the wrong way. Since learning about Tate, it's been okay. I'm channeling this energy into working out, into working on myself, and into God. And now I feel like God is satisfied with me. He's happy with me. He's pleased with me. And he wants me to keep working hard, and he wants to keep supporting me and blessing me. And because of that, I'm rich. I'm richer than 99% of the people in this world because of my mindset, because now I'm unstoppable. That's the effect that Tate has had on me. And if I could speak to him personally, I would just tell him thank you, and I'll see you soon.
Nice. And before we end off, what advice would you have to people who are considering joining the real world?
Just do it. It's $50. There's so many millionaires out in the world. And if you want to be rich, you're going to have to take a risk. You're not always going to have perfect information. You're not always going to know. Don't listen to anyone else. Don't listen to your mom. Don't listen to your dad. Don't listen to your brother, your sister, who might be saying this, and that. You need to see all the evidence before you. You need to see the people who are rich. And you need to tell yourself, hey, if I'm not rich, I need to at least surround myself by people who are rich and people who want to be rich. You're not going to get rich by not taking risks. You need to invest in yourself first and foremost. And the real world is a place where you can really easily invest for a really low cost, where you're going to get your money back 1,000 times fold if you just apply yourself.
Great answer. And if people want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
You can find me on Instagram at Alexander Sucala, SUCALA.me. You can find me on Facebook at Alex Sucala, SUCALA.
And I know you have a Twitter as well, so I will have that linked in the description of the video. Yes.
My Twitter is day number, whatever the fucking number is. Right now it's 38 of @ing Cobra Tate until he recruits me.
Nice. Okay, well, Alex, again, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. I enjoyed this interview, and I look forward to doing a follow-up in 6 months, as we said.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to fly you out to Dubai or something.
Cool. Sounds good.